Well, hey everyone! Hope you're having a great Saturday and a great start to the Spring Craftathon. I'm so excited to be joining you. My name is Hiedi Scott. I have a page called DiyDreaming. I'm going to tell you about that, but most importantly, I'm so excited to show you these 3 table runners that you can make for Easter that have different kinds of ruffles and that have some fun little bunnies and eggs and carrots that are stuffed. They're super easy to make, and I think you're gonna probably want to make some for your house. So as we're going through this, I'm gonna explain every step. I'm gonna tell you where I got everything. If you have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments. And let's, I guess, just jump right in. So if I haven't met you, my name is Hiedi Scott. I have a page called DiyDreaming. I primarily do crafts that are going to be quick because I have a short attention span. They're going to be super easy. You don't have to have any artistic abilities or even super crafting abilities. They're going to be super affordable. They're going to sometimes be a little unusual. And almost all of the time, they're either focused on faith or family, or right now, bunnies and carrots. But anyway, so if you want to hop over to my page at some point and check it out, I would love that. It's DiyDreaming, all smushed together. Okie dokie. So let me show you these table runners, and then I'll tell you how to put them together. So the first one I made is this, and it's 2-sided. Each side has 2 little carrots and a ruffle that is not quite at the bottom of the table runner. The other one right here that we're going to actually work on looks like this. Look how cute that is, and it's super easy. It has kind of an unusual ruffle that's aimed up, and it has some eggs that are stuffed, so it's dimensional. So we'll be working on the other end of it in just a moment. And then the last one we're gonna do looks like this. Is that not the cutest thing or what? It has a ruffle that extends down beyond the end of the table runner, and it has these cute little multicolored bunnies and Easter eggs. And you guys, these are so easy to do. So let's start with this one, and let me tell you about the supplies. Okay, so these projects all start with some cotton duck material that you can find at Walmart, but I know you can also get it at Joann's, at Hobby Lobby, at any fabric store. It's just creamy colored cotton duck. Canvas, it's like a canvas, okay? If you don't have that, you could use painter's drop cloth or really any kind of fabric that you would like. Okay, so this is kind of a fun project because it starts with one of my favorite things to do, which is ripping cloth. And this is what makes it so super easy. You don't have to cut anything out. You're gonna rip it. And this fabric rips straight, and then it frays on the edges so it looks really nice. So I'm just gonna show you, for example, how to rip. And if you've got 3 yards of this, it's about $6. You can do probably 3 table runners, easy. And you could do some pillows, and you could do some, where did I put it? Oh my gosh, we did all these cute little stuffed carrots earlier in the season. You could do stuffed bunnies, this. I've been having a ton of fun at DiyDreaming doing Easter things. Okay, so let me show you how you rip. And if you have been crafting for a while, you probably already know how to do this, but you're just gonna take a little snip, and this fabric rips both directions, and then you just pull. You'll pull it all the way to the end, to however big you want it. I'll tell you about that in just a second. And then you just start pulling the threads that are on the sides out, and it will fray, and it's really nice. So if you're doing this project, people ask me all the time, do I need to wash it beforehand? No, I don't recommend you do because it's kind of stiff. The fabric is kind of stiff already, and you don't want it to lose that. If you're working with painter's drop cloth, on the other hand, you do want to wash it a couple times and dry it and have it be pretty nice. Okay, the fabric is around $6 and it came from Walmart. I don't remember what else I was going to tell you. Okay, so let's start on this guy right here. Oh, the sizes. Okay, so typically a table runner is going to be in between 10 inches and about 18 or 20 inches wide. And then it's going to be however long you want. A lot of people like it to just slightly go over the edge of their table, maybe by 12 or 18 inches. That's personal preference. You can do this on a kitchen table, a dining room table, a hall table, an end table, a coffee table. Honestly, you can do these for any place that you would like. You could even use this idea and make placemats. So, okay, so I'm going to show you this one first. All right. This is a little bit wider than the other guy. Okay, so this one starts with this Victorian pattern stencil, which is a stencil from Magnolia. And I have got it's up in the description, is the information about this, if you want to take a peek and see what I'm talking about. And if you have questions, let me know in the comments, and of course I'll answer. So this is not really an Easter theme. It doesn't really speak eggs or bunnies or carrots to me, but it's an all over pattern and it works great. So I'm going to just show you how to do it real quick. Okay, so I have right here, let's see, I have too many things on my table. Just a little square, just so I can show you. And I'm just going to lay my stencil down over the top of my fabric. And you want to make, big pieces of it so that then you can cut out your eggs and your bunnies, and I'll show you that in just a second. Okay, so I'm using ink. This is permanent. If you heat set it with a hot iron after it's dry, it would be washable. However, you don't want to wash one of these table runners because the edges are not hemmed and you'll get a ton of fray. So, but this would be safe. If somebody set a wet glass down on top of it, you'd be good. Okay, so we're using this orange, which if you've been following DiyDreaming, you know that I'm completely obsessed with orange this year. And essentially all we would do, I'm just going to show you a little bit, is put it on a squeegee, and we're just going to push it through the holes on the stencil, and we would cover the whole, the whole entire thing. But for sake of time, you guys get the idea. And like I said before, if you want information about this, just let me know in the comments. So then I take this off. I'm going to throw it in a little tub of water over here. Okay. And I'm going to hold this up and show you what it looks like. So you just get this all over pattern, all right? And I have one that's all done right over here. And I'm going to show you how to assemble this. So basically what I did was, when I was getting started making this project, I used some computer paper. We're not fancy here. I craft on Wilton's cake boards, paper plates, and I craft with computer paper all the time. And I just drew 2 sizes of egg shapes, and I used this as my pattern on my piece of fabric, and I just traced it with a pencil and cut it out, okay? And you end up with these. Easy. Also, I used this other stencil, which is also from Magnolia, called Floral Fantasy. If you're interested, the details are in the description, which it doesn't scream Easter either, or eggs or bunnies or carrots, but it works great. And so I made some just little pieces of fabric using that same orange ink with the Floral Fantasy, and then I traced out some eggs, and this is what you get. Okay, so now comes the fun part, which is the assembling. Okay. And for this project, I'm going to roll this out so I can see one side of it while I'm working on the other side. so I can remember what I'm doing. And the first thing I did was I put the eggs on, okay? And here's what they look like. This is so fun, you guys. Oh my gosh. Okay, and let's make sure I'm at the end of the fabric. No, I wasn't. Oh no, that would be bad. The fun part is when you get to stuff them. Okay, I didn't want to see that. It's not going along. Okay, so you know how it is. I don't have enough hands and I don't have enough table space. Okay, so we're using a low temperature hot glue gun. And you guys, that is super important because I don't want you to get burned, and you are for sure gonna get some glue on your hands doing this project. So I'm just gonna lay out my eggs, you know, in some kind of, I don't know, random pattern. Like this. Can you guys see? Okay. And then we're gonna start gluing them down. We're gonna glue down the bottom ones first. And we're not gonna go all the way around. I'm using a Cool Shot Sheer Bonder low temperature glue gun. You can work for this project either with the actual glue that they make for fabric that is washable. And by the way, I made this t-shirt yesterday using that same glue and just some fabric. And I recorded a video yesterday. It's on my DiyDreaming page. I have a long string here that's bothering me. So if you want to look, just hop over to my page, DiyDreaming, and you can see how we made this. Super easy, no sewing. And I've done 2 other shirts with little variations of the same idea. Okay, so we're going to just glue down all the way up to the top and leave the top open. And I'll lift it up in just a second, but let me get another one down. And I'm putting this other one sort of on top. Okay. So I hope you guys are gonna get to watch all of the presenters for the Spring Craftathon. This is my, I don't know, 4th time maybe taking part in this. I so appreciate Melanie putting this together every year. She's awesome. And it's a really fun event. There's really no specific place to put these. You can lay them down however you want. I want to just get them down so I can show you the fun part, which is stuffing. And I want to be able to have enough time to show you the other one. So if you guys have questions, let me know in the comments. If you want more information about anything, let me know. I will post pictures at DiyDreaming of all these completed Easter table runners. Oh my word, there's a lot of strings. Okay, so then the next part is you're just gonna get some fluff. And this came from Walmart also. It's Fairfield brand. I don't know what it's called, let's see. Polyfill Ultra Plush. It wasn't expensive. And you're just gonna stick it in your little eggs. We're gonna do this exact same thing with the bunnies in just a minute. On the other one. This is what I think makes this project so, so cute. And you could do this idea for any time of the year. It doesn't have to be, it could be totally summer. You could use that same Victorian stencil and maybe some light blue ink, you know, or green or beachy colors, whatever you want. And you can make this idea of a, which one needs more, stuffed, ruffled, torn table runner, just using this inexpensive cotton duck material. Okay, so now I'm gonna glue it shut. And when you're pushing it down, you want to kind of pull the fabric flat. And then we can move the polyfill around inside of the egg in just a minute to get it how we want it. So what do you guys think so far? Do you like this idea? I haven't really been able to read your comments yet, but I promise you that's my favorite thing about doing Facebook Lives is I love to read what you guys say. Oh, thank you for the stars. I so appreciate that, Tammy. So if you have questions, if you just want to say hi and tell me where you're watching from, I would love that. Okay. And I'm just using the plain glue from Surebonder, but you can also get it in the fabric, the stuff that's specific for fabric. But you don't need anything special for this project because we're most likely not going to ever wash it. Okay, I'm going to hold this up and show you. So we have our eggs on there. 20 minutes is really short. I just want to show you real quick how to lay this ruffle, which is backwards, on. Okay, so I took a long strip of fabric and I glued the two sides together all the way down. And then I just cut. This is exactly like how we make the loopy flowers at DiyDreaming. Same process exactly. So I just cut a bunch of them. And all you're gonna do is you're going, let me see how long this needs to be and then I'll cut some of it off. Okay, so I'm going to put it on here. Can you guys see okay? I hope you can. I'm going to put it on here sort of in a wavy pattern so it looks a little bit almost like grass. And let's just get a piece started. And we'll come back later and glue some of the bits down so that it will lay, so that the grass won't flop over. But essentially I just glued it down sort of in a wave pattern, like these eggs were sitting on a hill. Maybe, I don't know. That's what my visual was. And I'll hold this up in just a second and show you. So if you're just hopping on, my name's Hiedi Scott. My page is called DiyDreaming. If you're curious about this t-shirt I'm wearing, it's the t-shirt for the Craftathon. And I did the sleeves, no sewing. I made those yesterday. And I have a video at DiyDreaming on that. So this is what you get essentially. And then I would glue it down and I would cover the seam right here with another little strip of fabric. So let's throw that aside and let me show you the bunny real quick. Where is it? Here it is. Okay, so the same deal with this. It's that cotton duck fabric. And before I came live, I made some darling little bunnies using the bunny pattern stencil from Magnolia, which there's information in the top. Aren't these cute? There's so many different things that you can do with them. I have an Easter bag, I have a baby onesie over here, I have all kinds of things. And I used 4 different colors of ink to make it really Eastery. So yellow, pink, green, and light blue. And I also did the same thing with some of these little eggs that they have that are so darn cute. Okay, so I have some. I just stenciled it, and then when it was dry, like this, then I cut around it, okay? And you get these pieces right here. So we're gonna just start this one, and then we're gonna be about out of time. All right. So, and for the ruffle, that's so easy. And you probably know how to do this. I just cut a strip. This will be glued down at the very bottom. And then I took a big needle and I did a running or basting stitch all the way down it. And then you just pull it to cinch it up. Get it how you like it and glue it on. Easy. Okay, so for this one, let's just start with our bunny right here. Okay, can you guys see? I think so. All right, so I always start at the bottom and go to the top and leave the top open. You don't have to seriously secure these. they're gonna just sit just fine. On the ears, I'm going to leave a good amount of space open. Okay, so this is what you get. And if you want to see more tutorials that are not exactly this rushed, hop over to DiyDreaming. And if you want to know about these bunny stencils, there's information in the heading or the description, and also just let me know in the comments. So then you're essentially just going to poke your stuffing down into your bunny's body and fill that all the way up, and then glue it down. Same for the eggs, which I did this with the 3 colors also. Look how cute those are. Let me show you 1 or 2 of those, and then I think I'm about gonna be done for time. So, and you could do however many bunnies you might want, however many eggs you might want to. So, I will get pictures of this completed project, and I'll post those over at DiyDreaming. Also, I'll get pictures of my t-shirt with the ruffled sleeves, and I'll put that over at DiyDreaming too, so that you can hop over there if you want to see how to do this or see how this looks when it's all finished. So I have glued my eggs down, and we're just going to start stuffing them. You guys see how easy this is. And this fabric for a table runner, you know, it depends on how big you make it, but it's probably $5, if even that. So it's a super, super affordable thing to do. All right, well, I think I'm out of time, but thank you guys so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. I hope that you liked the projects that we did here today. I hope that you thoroughly enjoy the rest of the Spring Craftathon. If you have any questions, can't find my page, want to know more about bunnies or the Victorian pattern or ink or anything else, how to heat set, just let me know that in the comments and I'll get right back to you. Have a lovely rest of your day. Thank you everyone who gave me stars. I really appreciate that. Have a wonderful rest of your afternoon, and I will hopefully see you guys soon. Now tomorrow I'm going to do Christ and Crafting, which is something I do every Sunday, and I'd love to have you join me for that too. Alrighty, thanks so much.